If God says tomorrow is not promised, then we should live like that. It doesn't mean He won't protect us. It doesn't mean that He won't keep us. But it also means that we will not be here forever. There is another place we are going to, and this is just a journey. The most important things in my life is definitely God first. When you understand that Jesus is your past, your present, and your future, then it becomes the most important thing, because the families we have is because He gave them to us. The lives we have is because God gave it to us. So God has to be the most important thing, and obviously then it's family. You have to understand that to be alive is to be in pain. What proves that you're alive is that you're going through pain. Pain proves that you are living. And I realized this, that grief is the price you pay for love. If you have ever loved anyone in life, grief is the price. I've gone through pain, but nothing bigger than my brother Christian. We did everything together. We traveled together. We performed together. To his last hours, I was there. It was never something I imagined. Even though God alerted me of what was coming and when it was coming. Sometimes this prophetic thing is interesting, but it still doesn't, knowing where Christian is right now, doesn't change that grief is there. So when it comes up, when you lose somebody, cry. It's okay. God is not angry with you. Cry. It's necessary. It proves that you love them. And in your tears, appreciate the times that God gave you with that person, because we are all borrowed. Don't use grief to dig yourself into a hole, like, oh, I can't live and all that. That is how you will feel, for sure. But weep and remember the memories, remember the good times, remember the amazing times that you had with the person. And I promise you, it will turn into joy. Time heals everything, but it can only heal everything if it is done the right way. Time can be your demise, or it can be your medicine. Well, the best tip to prepare for the next life is obviously having a great relationship with God. I mean, nobody's welcome to my house if I don't have a relationship with you. So what makes us think that we'll go to heaven just because we are good people? That's why we need a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. That is the ultimate preparation. And when we receive Jesus, then we begin to live the life of Jesus on earth. Dependence on God is truly the key, truly the absolute key to all this. Enjoy every moment. We will never have this hour, this minute, this second ever again. Even in eternity, this hour, this minute, this second will not exist. It will be the past. And every moment of it, make the most of it. I am one person that's consumed with the work that God has given me to do. And I believe that's how we should live. Make the most of every moment. When we leave this world, if the rapture hasn't happened, what will you be remembered for? These memories go into eternity. People in heaven will have stories about you. Wow, we watched when you did this. How was that moment like? I definitely have questions for the prophets and the apostles, because that's just the way life is. Make the most of it. Love it. Enjoy it. Do things that you never thought you could do. The worst that could happen is you make memories that are amazing, that you challenged yourself and you went after something. The best way we deal with moments where we have loved ones that are sick, loved ones that have cancer or whatever it may be. Like in my brother's case, Christian had a brain tumor that was successfully removed, but the damage was really bad to his brain, and over time it got worse. It's difficult to care for somebody that is in need, but that is our Jesus moment. Never look at the moment where your loved one, your friend is in need, sometimes to the point that their mind is not all put together, They're taking a lot of medication. Maybe they have brain trauma where they can't think right. They can't process things right. That is our Jesus moment, to understand that they can't process things well because of what they're going through. I'm still gonna love them. But people always ask this question, if God is good, why do bad things happen to good people? Or if there is a God, why will he allow my mother, my father to die, my children, or my loved one, my spouse? I want to tell you something that is very interesting. And I got this advice from a very, very important man of God that I love so much. I knew what he was saying, but the way he said it to me changed, and the way I processed everything. I was talking to Bishop Noel Jones, and he said something very interesting. He said to me, every human being has been given a card of uncertainty. And this is why God says tomorrow is not promised. That uncertainty of life makes us draw closer to God, makes us live for God, because we don't know the hour, we don't know the moment. It could happen at any time. That card of uncertainty is the assurance that we will stay with God. It should excite us, even though it's a difficult time, but it reminds us again that we are only guests in this world and we are going somewhere. So they are not real. You have to remember, there are no real losses. We are not meant to be here forever. We are going somewhere. So God, who made the rules, he knows why he's doing things at a certain time. We will never understand it all here. But one day when we are in his presence, we will get it. We will understand it.